Yes, I love me niche, I love me designer, but we gotta be good sometimes and say, you know what? I don't need $100 fragrance. I don't need a $200 fragrance. I can do a $50 fragrance and it will give me quality, especially now more than ever. And I have with me some of the newly launched 2025 fragrances, Middle Eastern in particular, for you guys to check out and try out. Some of these are dupes of these high-end brands, high-end fragrances that will leave you smelling exactly or even better than the original fragrance. For my first one, guys, starting right off, we are talking about one from Paris Corner. This is Marshmallow Blush. This one we all know is a dupe of Kayali's Yum Bush Marshmallow. The sweet, fruity, musky. It's supposed to be a fun, just playful, youthful fragrance. And it's just whimsical. You're not supposed to be taking yourself seriously all the time according to this fragrance. This one reminds me of strawberry ice cream, and I love how playful it is. Honestly, I do love the one from Kayali, but also I do like this one. It's just a great fragrance, and it's close enough to the original. All you have to do, I mentioned previously in my other video, is that you just have to probably layer it with something maybe a little bit woody or something like that. That should give it a little bit of an oomph to it and a little bit of like a maturity to it, which I find Yum Bush Marshmallow has. Regardless, it's a beautifully done fragrance. My next one is from the amazing House of Armaf. I love the House of Armaf. They have such beautiful fragrances, high quality fragrances at half the price, affordable pricing. And the one I'm talking about is Odyssey Dubai Chocolate. So this is their take on the famous Dubai chocolate that we all know and the people love and rave about. This one is probably one of my favorite replications of the Dubai chocolate, the pistachio Dubai chocolate. So we're talking about notes of coffee, pistachio, chocolate. You have some cardamom to give it a little bit of spiciness. So it's supposed to be a warm, spicy, a coffee, sweet, gourmand fragrance. And I just love this stuff. It's luxury at half the price. I don't know how many times I have to say this. And honestly, I would never stop loving this fragrance. Some people might say it's overrated, but I think it's underrated. In my opinion, it's a beautiful fragrance. It's expensive, it's unisex, so you don't have to worry about, you know what, do I need to buy another bottle? You just buy one and your mans, you can wear it in perfection. For me, if I can purchase a fragrance that's unisex, that's a steal. And at half the price, what more could you ask for? Another beautiful fragrance from Armaf is this one right here. This is Maleka, a 2025 release as well. All these fragrances 2025 releases, and everything, notes, extra information will be provided in the description down below. I love Maleka, but it does not love me. Honestly, I will forever stand this fragrance and recommend it regardless of not loving my pH. This is supposed to be an iris powdery. We're talking about a fresh, musky, tropical. So we are talking about a fragrance that has lychee, it has bergamot, it has orris, praline, etc. This one is a lovely fragrance. I just love how it smells. It just gives me like a sweetness. It's almost aquatic or like fresh, very airy too, if I should say so myself. And I just love that about it. Longevity is 100 out of 10, just as the other ones. Honestly, the other ones I've talked about also 100 out of 10. That's the great thing about all these Middle Eastern fragrances, is they will last forever. So this one is another one that I truly adore. If you guys have not tried Maleka, highly recommend it. You will not regret it, especially if you love florals and like airy, fruity type fragrances. This one is one to consider. Now we're gonna move on to the famous Lattafa fragrances. Lattafa kills it when it comes to dupes and giving us quality at half the price. The first one that I so dearly love, and I don't know if it's because of the bottle, who cares? This is a beautiful fragrance. We're talking about Atheeri. This is a floral vanilla sweet amber fragrance. It also has, we're talking about notes of passion flower, orchid, and jasmine. I haven't yet done my full review on if it's really the same as the original fragrance, but I will get to that, do not worry. But this is a lovely fragrance. I love the packaging too. There we go. So you see that whole design of the beehive, and whatever is happening there. I just think this is perfection, and whoever designed this particular bottle needs a raise, because one of my issues for the longest time was their bottles, Lattafa. That's why I stayed away from their fragrances. I just was not feeling their packaging, but this one is one that I just love to look at. It's very fresh. It's almost a little bit soapy, I find, and then it gets a little bit sweet to it, so you're also getting a fragrance that will last you long for the summer. My next one is by far, hands down, the best dupe that I have come across for 2025 from Lattafa. We are talking about Victoria, and this one is supposed to be a dupe of Devotion. I did my first impressions and I was not even in any way confused, like, what does this fragrance remind me of? I was like, right away, Devotion. This is Devotion at half the price. So if you're looking for a fragrance that is exactly the OG, or a dupe, hands down 10 out of 10 dupe of the original fragrance, Victoria from Lattafa is one of them. And the bottle, I'm not so much of a fan. Like, honestly, I do not love this bottle. It just, I don't like it. But regardless, the juice inside is quality and it lasts forever as well. So you're paying for a fragrance that lasts forever, is literally the same as Devotion at half the price. Why wouldn't you get that? And honestly, if I had known, this is one of those times when I say I'm much better off going for the dupe than the original. So this is like my mini review on this one. Lastly, I have this one, Petra. This one is fairly new to the collection, so I haven't really tested it out, but this is supposed to be a white floral, so almost a fruity floral as well. So we're talking about notes of rum, plum, etc., which is quite weird. I think it also has coconut, if I'm not mistaken, but I feel like I get mostly the plum and rum in this fragrance. I do not get any of the coconut, even when it dries down my skin. And the tuberose, that's the main other thing about this fragrance, is that it's a tuberose white floral fragrance. I am not big on tuberose. It just doesn't really work well with my skin. I have one tuberose fragrance that I love and die and live by, but this one I'm still testing it out. My first impressions was I was in love with it, but as I have worn it a couple of times here and there, I think it doesn't really sit well on my skin, and it just creates almost like a messy situation. But I'll still test it and continue to test it and come back with my full review, because as you can see, there's not so much activity happening in this bottle, so it really needs to be tested. If you guys can see that, there we go. So I will be back with my full review on this one. That is pretty much it, guys. I didn't want to make it too long. I will come back with another part 2 probably later on at some point to give you guys more tea, because I'm still testing out a lot of these fragrances. But these fragrances are really great, of course with the exception of Petra, which I'm still on the fence about. But these are great fragrances to consider if you're trying to save up some money. Middle Eastern are just killing it when it comes to fragrances, and just the way we look at fragrances and what packaging can look like at, you know, you don't have to pay $200, $300. But you guys tell me, what are some of your favorite affordable, you know, fragrances that are just as perfect, if not better than the original, or it might not even be a dupe? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to get the conversation going. But until the next one, guys, I will see you then.